everyone, welcome to the V2V channel. So today we are discussing about the concept of HCF. So previous videos we have completed LCM and HCF basic class and we have completed application of LCM. Now what is the application of HCF? See, HCF deals with the highest common factor, the terminology of HCF. See, so the other name of HCF can called as greatest common measure and we also called as greatest common divisor. This is the other names of HCF. Clear? Okay, first see, in the HCF, what is the long division approach? Long division approach for HCF. Find the HCF of 52 and 72. This is the question. Okay, see, if 52 here and 72 here, just observe that long division approach, and 52, 72 it become one time. Then the remainder we get as 20. Now see, the previous divisor, whatever the number, it become a dividend now, and the remainder should be a divisor. See, 20 become a 52 is a 2 times. So 20 2s are 40. We get the resultant is 12. Clear? And again, until we get a 0 remainder, you can go with the same approach. These approach I can call as a long division approach. Again, now the 20 become a dividend and 12 become a divisor and 12 become a only one time, we get the resultant of 8. Again, 8 become a divisor and 12 become a dividend and 8 become a only one time, the resultant is 4. And finally 4 2s are 8, we get a remainder is 0. So if you get 0 as a remainder, the previous divisor value, whatever the previous divisor value, the HCF of given numbers. So this procedure I can call it as a long division approach. See, the HCF of 52 and 72 we can call it as 4. So if you want the direct application, means see, out of these two number, the lowest number, whatever the lowest number, consider those lowest number and write down the factors of those lowest number. Clear? Out of these two numbers, the lowest number factors can decide the HCF of two numbers. Clear? So this is the direct answer. The lowest number factor can decide the HCF. For example, so we just pick a 52. The exact divisibles of 52. 52 is exactly divisible. Then 26. Then 13. Then 4. Then 2. Then 1. See, 52, 72 is not cancelled. And 26 is not cancelled. And 13 is not cancelled. And the first number 4 is the exact divisible for both 52 and 72. That's why the highest common factor for 52 and 72 is equal to 4. See, if you want HCF means pick a lowest number and consider those factors and check it out those two numbers. Which one is exactly divisible, that can decide it as highest common factor for two numbers. Okay, just see the example. Find the highest common factor by long division approach. See here, by using long division approach, the sequence of quotient from top to bottom, they given for top to bottom. So from top to bottom, they given as 3, 1, 3. And the last divisor is equal to 6. If last divisor is 6, last quotient is 3, definitely the last value becomes 0 remainder. If you get 0 as a remainder, the previous divisor we can define as highest common factor for two numbers. And find what are the two numbers. See, if you go with the procedure, see, this is the first division. We have a sum remainder. This is second division. We have a sum remainder. And this is the final remainder. We get 0. And top to bottom, the order of quotients are 1, 3, 1, 3. He said that last divisor is equal to 6. We know that if we get 0 as a remainder, definitely both the numbers are 18 and 18. Why? Because 6 3s are 18. And now this is the remainder for previous division. And 18 become here, 18 be the dividend and become a divisor of previous number. After subtraction, see, we have a one resultant. After subtraction, we get a 6. See, what is the subtraction here? 18 1s are 18. Here we have 18. After subtraction of 18, we get the 6 as a resultant. Definitely, the previous value is 24. Now, these value become divisor of previous value. Clear? Now see, 24 3s are 72. We are subtracting some value minus 72. We get 18 as a remainder. If 18 as a remainder, definitely the previous numbers are 90. And finally, the initial numbers are 24 and 90. These are the two numbers. Here my question, find the sum of two numbers. Find the sum of two numbers means 24 plus 90 exactly equal to 114. This is the answer. Okay, if you want to go with the direct one. First, I will go with the step 3. Step 3 means the number 6 is multiple with 3 with 0 remainder exactly equal to 18. And these 18 should be a second divisor number. These 18 is multiple with quotient 1 plus the previous remainder. What is the previous remainder? That should be added. Clear? So 18 1 is 18, 18 plus 6 exactly equal to 24. Then step number 1. Now 24 become a divisor. These number is multiple with quotient plus the previous remainder is equal to 18. If you go with these two resultant, 24 3s are 72, 72 plus 18, the total resultant become 90. Then what are the last two numbers here? 24 and 90 are last two numbers. Then the total resultant sum become 114. Okay, one more example. Same. From top to bottom, the top to bottom, we get the quotients are 2, 2, 3 and the last divisor is equal to 35. See, focus on the last step, step number 3. Step number 3, the last divisor 35 is multiple with the last quotient. We get 0 remainder, we get the dividend value. So the total value is equal to 35 10s are 350, 35 3s are 35 3s are 105. The total value become 455. Then the previous divisor value become 455 and the quotient, second quotient is equal to 2 from bottom to top. Clear? And we get the previous, whatever the previous divisor become a remainder. The value become 35. So if you multiply these two numbers, 452s are 900, 910 plus 35, 945. Now step number 1. So the final step, 945 divisor is multiple with the quotient 2 and 455 remainder. The previous divisor is equal to remainder. If you multiply these two numbers, see 9 2s are 1800, 45 2s are 180, 180 plus 455. So 5 here, 4 here, 3 2. So answer 2345. Then both the numbers, the numbers are 945 and 2345. These are the two numbers for these questions. So the long division approach. Or if you want to go with the procedure, that means I just go with one more procedure. See here, we get the remainder. See the last one. So 35 is a divisor. Last quotient 2, previous quotient 2 and top quotient is 2. And 35 13s are 455. He said that if it is a last divisor means definitely we get 0 as a remainder. Then see, now 455 is the previous divisor and 455 2s are 910. So 910. After subtracting 910 we get 35 resultant. Definitely this is 945. Now these 945 with the first divisor value and 945 2s are 1890. So we get 1890. After subtraction of 1890 we get 455. So definitely the initial value become 2345. Simply add these two numbers. Then the given numbers are 945 and 2345. Okay, see the question. There are three prime numbers. The product of first two numbers are 1891 and product of last two numbers are 7991. Find those numbers. What are the numbers? See, so before going this question, I just consider prime numbers 3, 5, 7. These are the three prime numbers. Product of first two numbers means 3 into 5. 3 5s are 15. Again product of next two numbers means 5 into 7. 5 7s are 35. If you go with these two numbers, these number, the highest common factor, check it out, the highest common factor for 15 and 35. I mentioned that the HCF is always depends on lowest number of factors. The factors of 15. So factors of 15 are 15, 5, 3, 1. So 35, 15 not divisible. 5 become a 35 7 times. 5 become a 15 3 times. Means the highest common factor for 15 and 35 is a 5 only. Then observe that if you consider three numbers, the first two product and next two products, the HCF become a 5. Means the second number is always highest common factor of those resultant. So that is the observation. Then see, If first number is product with the second number, we get the resultant of 1891. Again, second number is multiple with the third number, we get the resultant of 7991. So we already concentrated on these calculations. See, if you go with these three numbers, we already finding out the second number is highest common factor. So second number is the highest common factor. Then go with the calculation. The difference between these two numbers is 6100. So 6100 can be written as 61 into 100. So out of 61 and 100, 61 is the highest common factor. So 61 is the highest common factor means this is the second number. Why? Because it's a prime number completely. Then check it out. If you want first number means 1891 divisible by 61. So 61 just 61, 61 3s are 183. Again 1 times. The first number belongs to 31. If you want third number means 7991 is divisible by 61. So 61 jar 61. Again 189 3 times. Again 61 1 time. The value become 131. Means if you want those three numbers means those three numbers are 31 and next number is equal to 61 and next number is equal to 131. So these are the three numbers. If you go with the product of these two numbers, the resultant become 1891. If you go with the product of these two numbers, the resultant becomes 7991. See, just go with the one example. If you consider as any prime numbers, the product of two prime numbers and product of next two prime numbers, the highest common factor always be the second number. Based on this theory, we can solve these type of questions. Okay, let's see this application. If you want the largest number, see, largest number is a concept of HCF. Why? Because it is always deals with the highest or largest number. See, when the largest number, which when 72 and 119 are divided, the respective remainders are 3 and 4. Whatever the number that should be divided by 72 and 119, we get the remainders are 3 and 4. So these type of questions are given. We just simply find highest common factor. Why? Because we required largest number. So answer is highest common factor of the dividend and remainders. So 119 minus 4. So 72 minus 3, the value becomes 69, and 119 minus 4, the value becomes 150. If you go with the long division approach, see, 69 and 115, it is absolutely for one time. So that is respective resultant is 15 minus 1, 6, and 10 minus 6, the value becomes 46. Again 69 become a dividend, so it become only one time, 46. So 9 minus 6, 3, 6 minus 2, 23. So 46 again. So it is absolutely for 2 times, we get 0 as a resultant. Means the highest common factor for 69 and 150 is a 23. Or if you go with the direct calculation, I clearly mentioned that out of these two numbers, pick a lowest number factors. So the lowest number factors are 69, then 23, then we have a 13 is not against, then 3, then 1. Clear? And see, 69 is not divisible and 23 the first number that is exactly divisible, 69 and 115. So direct answer is a 23. Same second concept. If the largest number which when divided by 555, 1275, 1635, which are divided, the remainders are same. So every time they get a same remainder. So in this type of question, if you want largest number means the answer is the highest common factor of difference of any two resultant. We already discussed these type of question. Find the difference of any two resultant means 1275 minus 555. Next one 1635 minus 1275. You can take any two numbers difference. So the difference between these two numbers is a 0, 2, 7, 720. If you subtracted these value, this is 0, 3 minus 7, 13 minus 6, 6 and 360. So the highest common factor of 720 and 360 is 360 only. See, question number 1, they get a different remainders. Then you can subtract these two values, find the HCF. If remainders are same, so find simply answer is HCF of difference of any two numbers, we get the answer. These are the two important. Observe that if question related for largest number is a concept of highest common factor. Clear? Okay, see, the greatest number that can be exactly divisible these three numbers. Then answer simply HCF of 105, 1001, 2436. So find the HCF of all these numbers, we get the answer. Otherwise, see, go with the direct one. So I just go with option verification. So options are 3, 7, 11 and 21. So the divisible property of 21 means if any number is divisible by 3 and 7, definitely the number is divisible by 21. So I just go with option 3. So option 1. So 3 answer maybe. So divisible by 3 property says sum of its digits. 1 plus 5, 6. Is it okay? 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 is not divisible by 3 means definitely A is not answer. Next number, I just go with if 3 is not divisible, if maybe a 7 divisible, but that number is not divisible by 21. Then go with 11. See, 11 can be defined as 105 is not divisible by 11. So definitely answer is equal to 7. Go with option verification. In the same way, the greatest measure possible which can be used to measure exactly the length, 7 meters, 3 meters 85 centimeters and 12 meters 95 centimeters. Answers in terms of centimeters. So convert it into centimeters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So the simple answer is equal to HCF of 700, 385 and 1295. Just check it out, same property. If any number is divisible by 15, 25, 35 and 42. So definitely the number which is divisible by 3 and 5. See, every number is divisible by 5. That is not a problem. If you go with the 3, so 3 means sum of numbers. Sum of numbers 7 is not divisible by 3. So answer is not a 15. Next go with the 25. 25 means definitely the number must be divisible with the 5. And again the number divisible by 25. See, the divisible by 5 property says focus on the units place. If any number which is divisible by 25, if last 2 digits are related to 25 only. See, so last 2 digits is not a 25 multiple. So definitely the answer is not related to 25. Next 42. If any number is divisible by 42, the number is also divisible by 2, 3 and 7. Clear? See, if these number is not divisible by any of 2, so definitely 42 is not an answer. So answer is related to 35 centimeters. Yes. Next see, the maximum number of students among them, they have a 1001 pens and 910 pencils. It can be distributed such a way that each student get the same number of pens and pencils. So the total number of students. See, maximum is deals with the highest common factor. See, the highest common factor of 1001 and 910 is a 91. So direct answer, so answer is a 91. Clear? Just focus on the HCF. Why? Because the maximum or highest or largest, all these terminologies can deals with the highest common factor of given numbers. If you want to go with the check with the answer, 910 is 1001 is exactly one time, that is 910. So extra value become 91. So 91, 910 is exactly 10 times, we get 0 as a resultant. If we get 0 as a resultant, the previous divisor, whatever the number, that should be a highest common factor. Clear? Let's see there. A garden has 44 number of apple trees, 66 banana trees and 110 mango trees. He wants to plant them in such a way that each row contains, see, each row contain only one type of tree. Each row containing only one type and find and equal number of plants. Every row having equal number of plants. Find the minimum number of rows occupied in the garden. See, for example, see, so there is a mango trees, there is a banana trees and there is a apple trees. So each type can be planted only one row. So there is no other plant can be planted in other rows. Clear? Then see, if you want to plant a one tree, so this is a one tree and this is the one tree. Why? Because each and every row having a equal number of plants. If we want to plant 2, if you want to plant 3, so every number out of 1, 2, 3, the maximum number is equal to 3. Means the occupancy of each and every row can be called as maximum, that we call as a maximum occupancy. If you plant any number of trees, any number, we can deals with the maximum. Maximum is a concept of HCF, that is the answer. Then find the answer. HCF of 44, 66, 110. So the highest common factor of all these numbers is equal to 22. Means each and every row, the maximum number of trees are 22. We want how many number of rows? Means 44 divisible by 22, 66 divisible by 22, 110 divisible by 22. See here 2 times, here 3 times, this is for 5 times. The maximum number of rows in this garden is equal to 10. Next one, find the least number of equal size square tiles. We need to fit the tile that should be a square one. It can be fitted in a rectangular field. See, there is a rectangular field. So the measuring of this rectangular field is 284 meters into 248 meters. So we want to fit a square tile in this rectangle. How many number of tiles we can fix it? First see. So here we can define the size. Size we need to decide it, that is the maximum. So size be the maximum. The maximum is a concept of HCF. First of all, decided the size of a tile. So tile must be a maximum size. So maximum is a concept of HCF. Then find the HCF of 284 and 248. Then go with the division approach. 248, 284, 1 time 248. We get the resultant is 36. Again 248. So 36 becomes 6 times. So 36 6 are 216. We get the resultant is 32. Again 32 and 36. 32 1s are 32. We get the remainder 4. Again 32. 4 become a 32. We get 4 8s are 32. We get the 0 as a resultant. It means the highest common factor for 284 and 248 is equal to 4. It means the tile size, the maximum size is equal to 4 into 4. Why? Because it is a square. Square can be defined as length is exactly equal to width. We want to decide how many number of tiles, means the total measuring area 284 into 248 divisible by tile size is equal to 4 into 4. Then go with the cancellation. 4 1s are 4, 4 6 are 24, 4 2s are 8. Again, this is a 2 times and this is for 31 times. Again, this is for 142 times. The final number of tiles are 142 into 31. Then go with the calculation. 31 2s are 62, 6 carry forward. 31 4s are 124. 124 plus 6, 124 plus 6, 130. 13 carry forward. 13 1s are 13, 13 plus 3 exactly equal to 44. The total number of tiles are 4402. See, if you want to decide the maximum size first, if you want to decide the maximum size, every maximum or largest value is a concept of highest common factor. In the same thing, we want to decide number of rows, means each row consisting of some number of trees. Each row consisting of some number of trees, it means the number, whatever the number, that we called as a maximum. So we want to plate maximum number of trees in each row. So the maximum is a concept of HCF. That is the important terminology. First of all, see the question. If you want the maximum value, find the HCF. Then we can decide the minimum value. So in this concept, if you want maximum value, means we need to identify what is the minimum value. If you want minimum value, means we need to decide what is the maximum value. That's why LCM and HCF is the interconnected concept. Clear? We have one important application. See, if we want HCF of a power m minus 1 into a power n minus 1. So this is the power based concept. If you want to HCF of these two numbers, simply answer is equal to HCF of, yeah, so a power HCF of m comma n minus 1. This is your answer. The highest common factor of these two numbers. Find that a power HCF of those power values, we can subtract it minus 1. So same thing. So 3 power highest common factor of 125 and 35 whole power minus 1. Already mentioned that out of these two numbers, the lowest number factors decided as highest common factor. See, 35 divisible factors are 35, 7, 5, 1. These are the factors. 35, 125 is not divisible, and check with the 7 table. See, 7 is not divisible 125. Again, 5 is the highest common factor for 125 and 35. Then your answer is equal to 3 power 5 minus 1. So 3 power 5 means 3 square into 3 square into 3. So 3 square 9. 3 square 9 into 3. 9 9s are 81. 81 3s are 243. Then answer is equal to 243 minus 1. The value become 242. So this is the important application and a repeated question. See, here the highest common factor for a power m minus 1 into a power n minus 1. So answer become a power highest common factor for power values. We can subtract it as a minus 1. So this is the important application. Remember that. Okay? And these are the different applications which are related for HCF.